Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Riverbend Talent on a Thursday night on WVGC Alton, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. And the Sea Shanty Sing-Along already underway at Morrison's Irish Pub, and open mic later tonight down at Raging Cajun. Truckers underway at Fast Eddie's until 10. Matt Tall underway up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville, where Matt Van Voorhis might be sitting in. Who knows? Oh. City Heat underway at Sage House in Bunker Hill. Sweet Bottom underway at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Ryan Holting underway at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon until 9 o'clock. And Danny Callagher starts at 6:30 at Acoustics in the Park down in Pontoon Beach at Veterans Park. Scott and Michelle, they'll start at 7 o'clock tonight down at Toys Village Inn in Pontoon Beach. Frankie and the House Shakers already underway at Patrick's in Granite City. Tyler Hammond Show canceled at Old Harold Brewery in Collinsville, and Experience Live Music Row every Wednesday through Sunday underway down there in Belleville.
That's a halfway decent Thursday night.
Not a bad deal. And we say that every week, so you know,
man, that's a lot going on a Thursday night.
A lot going on this weekend as well. So always a lot going on. That's for sure.
You found pages and pages of things. For
After
us.
9 years, we figured out one thing: a lot of stuff is going on.
What do you got there? You getting ready to order some food?
No, I'm checking out the pamphlet we got for the St. Mary's Church Oktoberfest going on this weekend. You know, Glendale Riders going to be there on Friday night, and then our buddy Buzz is playing on Sunday with the Big Shake Daddies, 12:30.
Nice.
You remember Buzz, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
His I think his son is in what's the other band?
Yeah,
Lofty's Comet.
Okay.
Yeah.
St. Louis Express playing Saturday and Sunday, 1 o'clock on Saturday, 12:30 on Sunday, because there's two stages. You got the festival stage and the main stage.
All right.
It's like a festival.
It is.
Apparently, that's been going on for a very long time.
I think it started in Germany.
I was looking through, Flip the Frogs playing Sunday night at 5:30.
Nice.
And Lady Luck Saturday night at 7.
There's my buddy Ben's.
And some band called Vigil Mass.
No, they're good, dude.
Is that a band?
Yeah, they're good, bro.
I've never been to Catholic church, so I don't know what that means.
I'm not Catholic.
Who's Vigil
per se?
And what's his mass?
But I believe that is a mass that takes place.
I had a shop teacher named Virgil.
Mass?
Vollmer.
Virgil Vollmer?
Yep. Everything was smooth.
What?
Yep. And anybody who went to school with me is dying right now.
Smooth?
They remember. We called him Smooth.
All right. What's up, Smooth?
Right.
Oh, wow.
That's not what we're here to talk about, though. What are we here to talk about? I mean,
we're here to talk about not your shop teacher, but your home ec teacher.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Anyway, now we are here.
I didn't take that.
We're here to talk about all the things going on this weekend. And, of course, like always, we have guests with us. This time, no strangers to the show. Krickett the Grilled Avocados. Actually, it's not Krickett and all the grilled avocados. Most of them aren't here. It's just Cricky and Doug. Cricky and Doug Bush. Doug Bush, I've known for a year or two. Well, let's see. We got to go back to, about 1973?
You guys need to get close to microphones. I know you guys use microphones.
Pull it down there where it's nice and comfortable.
There you go.
There you go. That way you ain't got to stretch up so far.
I know we're not going to have to tell Krickett how to do this, but Doug doesn't sing backups.
So the answer that he said, though, is we've never not known each other. That's a beautiful answer. So me and Doug are cousins, so we go way back like car seats. Krickett, on the other hand,
go-kart seats.
Krickett, on the other hand, I can tell you when I remember meeting you. Now I go back with your sister.
Yeah.
I go back with your sister quite a ways, but the first time I remember meeting you was 2010 Jeffapalooza. And now we might have met before, but that's the first time I remember meeting you.
What? No. You got to go back further because
No, it's been longer than that.
Okay.
So when did Jennifer move home?
So when she moved home was 2008, 2009, right around in there, and 2010 was the first
one.
Was that the cookie making day year?
You
might be right.
We might not have made the cookie making day before the 2020.
Yeah, okay.
So
okay.
it's probably 2010 was the first cookie making day, but that was winter. That we
True,
made.
You're correct. I stand corrected.
Right.
I stand corrected.
However, to everyone out there who's going cookie making day, you and your friends, Jennifer Nelson and Debbie Ellers go back to kindergarten.
Seems like it's taken a couple years off, though, right?
Preschool.
Did we get together last year?
I don't think since COVID.
No,
I don't know since
it's COVID.
Yeah, ever since 2020, I don't think it's happened. But anyway, you guys made cookies together every year. You'd make a ridiculous amount of cookies, enough to feed an army. So anyway, that's what we're discussing when we say cookie making day, as we try to remember.
2010.
So we go back. Yeah, we go back a few, and you guys, along with let's see, Kevin Hand. Not Jeff Bensman, Andy Bensman. Andy Bensman.
Yeah, he might be a part of that.
And Vi is actually our drummer.
Okay, Vi. I was going to say Darren, so you stopped me just in time.
Recently. Wonderful. Darren's awesome. Just taking some time off and spending with grandkids.
Jim, anybody else? Am I missing someone?
No.
Okay, there you go.
Lorenzo used to be, but he's also.
There it is. I feel like I left somebody out.
Yeah.
Well, we're playing this weekend with Bill Selmeyer, who is Andrew's uncle. Andrew, the drummer from Spillie Nelson.
Oh yeah, Andrew Crane. Yeah,
Andrew Crane.
Nice.
I almost said Kane. I'm like, I'm not sure, but yeah,
Andrew Crane. Yeah, of the Spillie Nelson fame. You guys are playing Saturday at the VFW.
Yeah.
In Alton, right on Albee, right down the road there. I saw the marquee. I passed it on the way in.
That's good.
Yeah,
if they even got it close to the spelling, I'd be impressed. Usually they just run out of letters. Shit.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy, man. You think you're so smart because you can read. So anyway, you guys are playing Saturday at the VFW. Who you playing with again? Who's sitting in with you? Andrew Crane?
Bill Selmeyer.
Bill Selmeyer.
Yeah, he's drumming.
Oh, yeah. Okay, because you said Vi's drumming, I thought, and then we brought Lorenzo. I thought Andrew Crane's uncle was going to be a keyboard player. So
that would be great.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, we're looking there. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But not from him, obviously.
So there you go. Vi's still playing with Accidentally on Purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard last Thursday they got one of their songs played on KDHX over there.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A fellow Waltonian, John Valley, doing a show over there. So cool, man.
Yeah.
Good for Accidentally on Purpose. I heard about it from the author of the lyrics to The Dinosaur. He was so excited. He's like, my dinosaur made it on.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
That's a great story in and of itself, man. Yeah.
So, anyways, so you guys got BushFest coming up.
Yes. 17th.
Doug and Krickett Bush throwing BushFest. For those of you who think, there's going to be a bunch of Bush beer there, only if you bring it, man. No, I don't know. I'm sure there'll be some there for sale.
Right. Oh yes, the bar will be open.
Speaking of VFWs, that is also at the VFW, but the one in Brighton. It's officially in Brighton, but man, it's Godfrey to me. It's just over that right little imaginary line. Yeah. So right down off Humbert Road. What is that? What is that road north?
Voorhees Lane. Yeah,
there it is. Voorhees.
Yeah, Jason Voorhees Lane. Not really.
Jason Voorhees. It's the time of year to be on Voorhees
Lane.
Right.
We might put a little Jason in front of it. That'd be funny.
I would
just to see for the weekend.
You make a scarecrow-esque type Jason, and you have you take your little boat out there and plop it where it's like Jason's coming out.
Another idea.
I'm just trying to think of cool things to do, man. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
So BushFest coming up. That is October 18th and 19th.
Yes.
Again,
not this weekend, but next.
Yeah. Again, that's at the VFW. We had who did we have on last week? Owen Weber.
Yeah.
Going to be playing there amongst others. But let's go down the list. You got a list in front of you?
No.
I don't have a list.
I'm going to let you do the honors.
It's hard to read my.
Well,
chicken scratch here?
No, it's more the fact that I'm blind, but and illiterate.
Should we fill Pigpen in on how that list is now went all completely around the room?
It has.
Yeah. Except for she hasn't got
I
it
mean,
yet.
I can.
So,
Yeah, there we go.
so they handed it to me, and I put it over to you because, like, that way I don't have to make you stop talking. You got the list in front of you, and just makes my job easier. You got the list.
I was looking.
I'm
going
gonna
to
do Friday.
So much easier than Saturday.
So whichever one of you has Friday, let's talk about Friday one band at a time. Who's the first band?
Mark and the Angry Heart.
Lean up to
Mark and the Angry Heart.
All right. So tell us what you know about Mark and why he's got such an angry heart.
I don't know why he's got such an angry heart, but it's Mark Rice.
Okay.
Who?
I know Mark Rice.
Mark Rice is awesome.
Yeah.
I know Mark Rice.
Another
He's a great guy.
ping
He is.
there. We're doing open mics out at the VFW on.
Well, this week,
Sundays.
so if you want to come out and scout the place out, look around for some camping, we're doing an open mic at the farm, which is open. It's open all the time, but we're trying to get some more people out there. VFW needs folks out there just like they do the main club. So we'll play there Saturday, and then we're doing an open mic at the Brighton one, and it's awesome. Mark did a great job.
Yep.
So
on our first.
is
which
it
was
Sunday?
last.
Yeah.
This
Sunday.
Sunday, what time?
3 to 6.
3 to 6.
Sunday 3 to 6, and that's at the VFW in Brighton.
Brighton.
And
at the same side of BushFest.
So is this open mic held under the pavilion if the weather's nice?
No, right there by the bar.
right by the bar.
Okay. there
by
you
the
go.
bar.
Yeah,
Excellent.
right by the bar.
I didn't know if it was going to be inside
And
the bar or if it was
Last
gonna
week
be...
they did very well with sales compared. Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
this
Nice.
is great. Yeah,
Yep.
so-
Nice. And so Mark Rice running
Mark
that?
Rice is running that.
And I imagine he's going to supply a PA. You just show up with your instruments and
it was a great time.
play. Excellent, man.
Yeah, he's got quite a setup. You know, he's actually running sound, so that's why he's playing first.
Okay, there
All
you
right,
go.
and that's at 4:20 at the bar, and then at 5:40, Last Stand is playing,
Which is his band.
which is
Another band.
Is another
so he's
band
in
that
two
he's in.
bands.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
So he's opening up.
He sings in one, and then he just plays guitar in the other.
Gotcha. All right. So then,
And
is
then-
this two different stages? Or is
Two
this-
different stages.
Okay. So he plays on one stage.
No,
by
actually,
the
the
bar?
first two are bar.
Yep.
Okay. So the
Yeah,
first
two are just
okay.
we're going to start 4:20 in the bar, and then we'll stick at the bar, and then the first band at the lake is.
Psychedelic Symphony.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
There's a
So Jumpin' Johnny and his beautiful wife Stephanie.
They do the greatest version of John Prime. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard it.
They
You know,
do.
I'm not going to say what song.
Oh, I'll say it. I don't even have to hear it. I don't even have to hear it. and I
Sure,
can
yeah,
guess.
it's so good.
Me and my wife used to play a lot of Prying too. So
Then back to the
Matt-
bar. Back to the bar at 7 o'clock is Modern Pasta.
all right. Now those guys, I don't know where they hail from exactly, but man,
They're maniacs.
they are a fun band. They're interesting musically, but also just as people. They're really into like whatever they're a part of. They're down
Totally.
for the party. Definitely a fun
Some
band
passionate
to
folks, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a fun band to watch. But I feel like they're from like maybe Belleville or something like that. I don't think they're from.
They played the first time I saw them was at Trinity River Fest last year, so Belleville would be a haul.
Well,
Campsville.
so Ray, April and Ray, Ray Paris is the one who he worked
Okay.
with him. And he said that's how he knew him, and I think he was working in Belleville for a while. So
Yeah.
that's probably how my brain.
Maybe we're
Now that you say Trinity River Fest, it all came true. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I know why my
It
brain
all connects
Yeah,
after a while.
I still have no reason to believe
Yeah.
they're from Belleville other than
mean-
my brain coming up with that.
They had BushFest on their radar, so that's definitely
Yeah,
kind of cool.
That and again, a fun band. They're Modern Pasta. What else we got?
17.
What stage are they on?
They are at the bar.
They're at the
and
bar,
then
okay.
back to the lake at 7:20. We've got 1781.
All right, they're a band that we've had on several times. Young guys that all worked at where was it? Shop and Save in 1781.
Jordan Bruce is part. I think he's celebrating his Dirty 30 or something like that. Is that part of it?
And
Yeah.
am I
Dirty-
getting the right band?
26.
Do they have an EP that's coming out?
So
Is that them or is that
1781 have an EP coming out.
or is that somebody
Don't know.
else?
on that
he actually
Sounds right.
He actually has a drone or whatever, where he takes a lot of
Yes, he
pictures.
does.
And
Nice.
So
Nice.
It's hard to keep them all straight.
Yeah, it absolutely is. But I always remember them because they did tell us that 1781 was the address of Shop and Save. And that's where they came up with the name.
They all worked there.
They all worked at Shop and Save when they started the band, and that was the address, 1781 Homer Adams Parkway.
Oh, wow.
And we noticed we had a lot of young bands that are Red 86 or whatever. I mean, they're all starting to use numbers. They're like, 'cause all the names have been taken.
Yeah.
You search a name, and there's already 5 bands with that name, so they start using numbers. So
He
anybody
came
out-
last year and took some amazing pictures. I mean, he's a photographer for sure.
Yeah.
And when I saw the pictures, he posted them afterwards. I knew he was in a band, so I was like, "Yeah, we're having these guys." I've never actually, I've heard them, but I've never actually seen them live.
Haven't seen 'em yet.
And it's first time for BushFest for sure. So.
They're very good. Very, very good.
Very good.
Yeah, so 1781. What time are they playing?
They're playing at 7:20 at the lake.
7:20. There you
And then back to the bar, we're going to have sometimes it's foggy and sometimes it's clear, or better known as
SIFASIC.
SIFASIC.
Okay.
Josh Grashley's.
That's right.
Okay. You just explained the whole lot.
2010, 10-ish, 11-ish. Recording. I still have the CD.
Oh,
I
really?
just saw it
Yeah.
downstairs.
Yeah, he's got
Wow.
those. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, they've been around for quite some time,
yeah.
actually. The first podcast he did with us, he mentioned that was one of the bands he had. So we've been on 9 years, so...
It's a little softer version of, a lot of times he's doing some songs with one band, some song with other, but some songs carry through all bands.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what though? I told him when I saw him at Trinity River Fest, I guess it was, or somewhere recently. He was very bluesy. He wasn't quite as heavy edge.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I really like the bluesy you.
Yeah, right.
It's a little more soulful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hard to be soulful with heavy metal. It's not about soulful. It's about get out of my face.
Right.
I got stuff going on. No, I don't know. I don't know what. Anyway, no, I do. So it's a little softer version. You're saying of Grassley.
I think he's going to have drums, so I think it's going to be pretty good. But not. I mean, you can see him pretty charged sometimes, where the veins are popping, and that's fun. I mean,
absolutely, man.
1781's down by the lake, and the music by the bar is not going to be quite as heavy.
Yeah. Okay, so you got the SIFASIC? Is that was it?
SIFASIC.
SIFASIC. What was it?
Sometimes it's foggy and sometimes it's clear.
Sometimes it's foggy and sometimes it's clear.
Yeah.
I wish I knew about those clear times, Josh. I just don't know. I don't know what you're talking
Perfect.
about.
It's
Sometimes
perfect.
foggy, sometimes
All right,
it's
next
less
up
foggy.
at 9 o'clock is Liver Jones and the Flatworms.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, those Greg Morris.
Can't beat him.
Man,
I know.
So much good stuff.
So tasty.
They're going to play an extra long set. I think they're going to go for at least an hour and 15 minutes.
nice.
We hope they do.
Is
Get
Aaron
out
Joe
there.
going to join them, maybe?
I don't think she is. I think she
yeah,
said
she
she's
does
going to do her
sometime.
best to
Yeah.
come, but she's got so much
She
going
might-
on. I asked her
she
to
might
play,
just-
and she's like, "I'll do my best to come," and then
Yeah.
I left it at that.
Yeah.
She won't be able to hold back.
Right.
It's kind of a
If the
thing.
offer- yeah.
It's a kind of a thing with musicians. Y'all know that.
No, she. I don't remember what show that was, but they did a show where she did a set, then Liver Jones did a set, and then they did a set sort of together.
I think that was Trinity,
we were
maybe.
there.
Was that? Yeah, that was
Yes.
Trinity. You're right. See, I couldn't remember. It's
Trinity's
hard.
away open
They
mic
played
on
together
Friday
at,
night.
the conservatory too. When we saw them, it was one set, and I mean they
And a
killed
set,
it. That
yeah.
place was packed.
That might have been it,
Right.
too.
Yeah, nice. All right, so
Next up.
Next
Next up at the bar is at 10 o'clock is 29 Steps. And oh my gosh,
You're
haven't
very
heard them
familiar
yet.
with the band members, probably. It's Jason Dunham.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Jason Dunham singing and playing guitar.
All right, I go way back with that guy too.
And a lot of good music.
Yeah, that.
We saw them at Beer Barrel.
Yeah. They were at Beer Barrels, their
Yes.
initial show
Yes.
to play out.
29 steps. Okay.
Highly recommend them.
Excellent.
Yes.
I've the only time I've seen Jason really play since so he was in a band with Finale or something. What was it?
I don't know the guitar player's name that he has, but I should. When I saw them, it was like it's like, oh my gosh, this guy's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like,
Now,
and it
this
seemed like
band-
a lot of people were there just because he's so good. So,
Nice.
not that, Jason's great. But
This
guy's
is
phenomenal.
this is covers. He's doing covers.
Okay.
Which I love his originals
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
was
just-
old guys trying.
Old Guy's Trying is,
Yeah.
OGT.
But, yeah, OGT. That's
Old
that's his
Guys.
original band.
Right.
But anyway,
so
moving
now
on.
now they're called 29
steps,
29
but it's a cover.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they're
Excellent.
getting gigs everywhere.
And
So
what time do they play?
They're at 10 o'clock at the bar.
10 o'clock at the bar. All
And
right.
then our headliner, the amazing, wonderful Spillie Nelson.
Spillie Nelson, and they take the stage by the lake.
They are at the lake.
At 11?
At 11 o'clock.
At 11 o'clock. And, man, those guys are always just a good time.
I know
Just a
it.
ball
Just-
of energy. And,
Yeah, the first time that they played was actually a request. It was like trying to get bands for the first Trinity River Fest, and those guys showed up early, helped out, and were fired up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, holy man, this guy's got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And Josh moves around quickly when he needs to, man.
Josh,
He's on a mission.
He's a worker. I went out to his bear den when they were first setting it up, and he called me and said, "Hey man, stop by," and I stopped by, and it's a beautiful patch. It's this little piece by the creek there, and I got property run. The same creek runs behind it, right down the road a little ways.
Yeah.
And so the next day, he calls me and says, "Hey, I'm over here again. Why don't you pop over for a minute?" And I couldn't believe the amount of work that had been done in one day.
Right.
I'm like, who did all? Like, what happened here? It doesn't
Yeah.
even look the same.
When they showed up to the farm to do the Under the Stars event,
yeah.
we just got home from vacation, so I don't know if we were there for the beginning of it, or we were there for Friday. So we were there. We stayed there, and so it's like Friday was the first day, and he shows up, and I mean, there were so many things moved and changed. I was like, holy smokes, man!
Yeah.
He's got a team, and people are mowing, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so clean. They picked up after themselves. That's huge because the property out there
props
is
to
so
Scott
beautiful,
Fanning. Yeah,
and
he did a
they
good
do.
job.
Went back and
absolutely is awesome when you see people not only pick up their trash, but when you see people stop and pick up someone
Somebody
else's
else's.
trash, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, thank you, because
Yeah.
that's one less thing I have to do, and I've
Yeah.
already done it.
Please
time.
respect the grounds.
They left the place nicer than and yeah, so
That's the way,
they're
yeah.
certainly invited back. That was awesome.
Excellent, excellent. So man, Spillie Nelson taking the stage at 11
at
finishing
the lake.
off the night. That's a heck of a Friday night lineup. That is Friday, October 18th
Yes.
at the VFW. What's the cost to get in?
25.
$25. How many bands you got there?
2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
And what's going to
bands.
happen after them is at the bar, Mark's going to have sound. We're probably just going to have an open jam until they, until someone tells us
Till
to
someone
shut
tells
up.
you to shut up. And
Which
if you're
is the way
inside,
BushFest used to be always.
which if you're inside that bar, that place is far enough removed until the bartender's like, I'm done.
It's certainly not
Oh, yeah.
inside the bar, but it's going to be outdoors.
Oh, it's going to be right outside the
Yeah,
bar. Okay.
yeah.
I was thinking, man, if you set up a little jam in there, that could go all night. Nobody's going to complain.
Yeah. But
You know
if we did,
So let's go ahead and say that after Spillie there's an open jam, and we're going to call that 10 sets of music.
Oh,
$25. That's $2.50 a band you're paying. And I'm just
plus
did-
that includes camping. So if you feel free to stay later because you don't.
All right,
Don't
so
be drinking and driving because we don't do that.
there's unlimited. There really is unlimited camping now. We've changed managers out there, so that's why Spillie got to have the festival they had. It was just a
nice.
It was like I mean, every BushFest I had out there was just got canceled by it's like, oh, it's got to be approved this, got to approve that. It's just, but now it's it's a lot more open. They're looking to get people out there for camping.
Right, less bureaucracy and more. Let's get this thing done.
Let's make some money.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
money and
Yeah,
keep
so
this,
there you go,
keep this
man.
place
And
going.
let's it's a non-profit, but they're trying to
Sustain.
let's stop bleeding money is probably a better way to say it.
Right. To sustain any building and any piece of property takes money.
Right.
And there you go. Just selling 2 beers a night isn't going to cut it. But anyway, hey, so this sounds like an awesome Friday night. That is Friday, October 18th at the VFW, $25. 9 bands plus an open jam. That includes camping. And if you're like, well, I don't really have camping gear, hey man, bring a sleeping bag, sleep in your car. I mean, it's really not that hard to do. So even if you're thinking, I don't really want to camp, but I'm going to go, do us all a favor, bring a blanket and a pillow just in case. Just in case. You just never know.
Just watch your tailpipe for bananas and things like that. If you're,
I'm not falling for no banana in the tailpipe. All right. So that's the Friday night. Now that we've done that Friday night, let's do the Friday night around town real quick before we find out about Saturday night at BushFest.
Trinity's Way open mic.
Yeah.
At the Milton School.
That is what time's that kickoff? 6 p.m.
You don't have a list over
I
there?
do. I just couldn't find it. I got it now. Just took me a minute to get down to it. 6 p.m. at the Old Milton School for the Trinity's Way open mic. And I believe there's a PA and everything provided. Just show up and do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good times.
Good times for a great cause. What else we got?
We got Love Buzz at the Flock, Glendale Riders, we mentioned, at St. Mary's Oktoberfest. We got Leadfoot out at Baker's and Hale. We got Bigfoot Acoustic out at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto from 7 to 10. Steve Mellis and Jackie up at the Grafton Pub. Rocker Box down at Deutz. And Pontoon Beach, a scruffy-looking nerf herder at the Speakeasy.
Oh, my goodness.
In Granite City.
I like that name.
Yeah.
Every time I hear it, I just giggle a bit. You scruffy-looking nerf herder.
And out at Wiggler's, which is the old pizza joint. Hookers, right?
Hookers.
Yeah, I knew you'd...
Wigglers used to be hookers.
Right. All right, Beavis, go ahead.
I like hookers. I like hookers.
I don't want to interrupt you or anything. I mean, you seem not to want to, be interrupted. Oh, you want me to go? Or
I do.
I'm confused.
I am too. I pregame too much.
I can tell. 10th anniversary with Downpour out at Wiggler's. So 10 years. And that's 8 p.m. So there you go. Clueless at the Back Bar in Edwardsville, and Robert Perry Band at the Saggers. So everything else is kind of far away. Like Grand Pagano.
All right.
He's
Where's
far
he
away.
at now?
O'Fallon.
Oh, all right.
He's at the Upright Pub and Music Parlor.
The upright.
Hopefully it's not the uptight.
I was going to say, as long as it's upright
I
and
don't know.
not
The man
uptight,
does it.
man.
I really don't.
Oh, wow.
So there you go. There's a Friday night.
Okay, here's one that I'm going to mention, and I don't even know. Head Trip 102.
That's why I skipped that, because I knew he'd want to say it.
They're at Rustic and Warden, but Head Trip 102. I don't know if it's Head Trip 102 or Head Trip 102, but
They're known by many names.
Yeah,
just like you, Scrap.
Either way, it's a head trip, bro. So
Thank you, Sean Copeland.
Wait, Opal, hot little. Wait, what? All right, so that is our Friday night, I guess. I don't know if we got them all or not.
Well, we didn't get them all, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're talking about BushFest.
Yeah,
so,
and we've just scratched the surface of Friday night on BushFest, so it's time to crack open night number 2,
Yes,
October 19th at the Brighton VFW. Who we starting off with on that day, Mr. Douglas?
So it's the only band we have twice, but it's
Okay.
Psychedelic Symphony
Oh, nice.
out.
There you
Started
go.
out at the bar, so I think they're playing at the lake. The first band at the lake Friday. But yeah, I mean, playing the first spot on noon or playing Saturday, it's like it's that early. It's kind of nice to play twice. So
Yeah. So what's the time on that?
noon,
Noon.
first time.
Noon time. All
And
right.
then the first band at the lake is you might want to talk about them a little bit. Cerebral Anomaly.
I like the
wanna
name.
talk about
I
it.
like the name.
Rob McDonald, who's in another band that we'll get to later, his daughter.
Oh yeah, I saw her. Man, she's good. Yeah. I saw
They
him
have
and
a
her play together.
collaboration, and they just got together, and they formed a little thing for BushFest. So
Nice.
Yes, I'm very excited to see them.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
We
this.
saw it once, and it's like, oh man,
yeah.
Out there at Under the
At
Stars.
Under the
Yeah,
Stars.
that's where I saw
Yes,
it too.
yeah,
I thought I sat there with a smile on my face.
I know.
going, this
It was
is
such a
good.
great time.
Cerebral
It was such a great
Anomaly,
time.
though, did you?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
So
I didn't
they're
know who
at
they were.
12:30.
Excellent.
They're at 12:30 at the lake,
All right.
and then at 1:30 at the bar, the BuzzTones.
Nice. BuzzTones. don't they have the most watched videos on the website
I think for live
for
video?
live music? Yeah.
That's insane.
You can't beat Bonnie Bramlett. Come on.
Well, yeah. Okay. Hard to beat the king or queen.
Moving on to the lake is Basement.
Okay, this is another one. As I read the list, this is one of them I'm very unfamiliar with. Who's
It's I think their second performance, but this guy's been at BushFest quite a bit. It's Jay Lipe. It's Jay Lipe
okay. There you
playing
go.
his bass with. We'll find out.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's-
Okay.
you
He's
just
got a
never
couple
know.
of really good
You just-
drummers that he grooves
We'll
with.
see what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be an awesome time.
Yeah, it was one of them. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, Basement. I've never heard of this one. You know, I like
And
it.
it's spelled Bassment.
Oh, Basement.
It's spelled
oh.
Bassment, but I had to
Gotcha.
make a mental note.
it's
But it's
bass.
I think it's
guitar.
bass
It's
guitar.
It's bass
Yeah,
guitar.
yeah,
I know, but
Basement.
when I look at it, my brain gets all jacked up.
Your brain,
anyway,
your brain sees it as Bassment because it's Bassment.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the bass guitar is Bass, so Basement.
So,
We did a song called "What Sound Does a Bass Make?" So that would twist your brain.
The brown note.
3 o'clock. Moving on. Taking over.
Hold on, who was it? I'm sorry, I missed it.
3 o'clock is at the bar is the Mad Baileys.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
Mad Baileys.
Yes.
Nice. I haven't seen those guys for a while. They're always. A
I haven't
good
seen
time.
him. I haven't seen
They
anybody
have,
for a while. I've been working
they
my
have Mike,
basement for 3
Mike
years.
Waters on the guitar, so
Right on.
he can just stay where he's at because he's on the same stage. So, but,
Okay.
those guys sound great. Yeah.
Yeah, Mad Bailey's always a fun
Always
band.
a
I
treat.
see.
Yes.
What's happening after the Mad Baileys?
Mad Baileys at 3:30 at the lake is Mr. Owen Weber.
Nice.
Yes,
Just had
yes,
him in
yes.
last week. A good kid. Was a lot of fun to sit and chat with, and
That folk album he has is top notch. The harmonies are great, man. It kind of reminds me of Weezer. Like there's some kind of. I mean, I don't know if you heard it, but man,
I have
No.
not got to hear that one yet.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I thought last week, to my mistake, I said, "Oh, it's nice to meet you, Owen." And he's like, "I've been on the show before. I was just a kid with my dad, and I made me sit in the corner and shut up." And I just didn't recognize you. You're older now. But no, I mean, it's almost like he was born into it. Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I mean, so with his dad being Jake Weber. But anyway, Owen's a great kid.
plays it all. Drummer, guitar player.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I think he just played all the instruments and recorded everything for that whole album.
Yeah.
And said, "Well, I can't do that live, so I got to get a band." So, but
Yeah, and I think
you
that's
guys
where
learn to
Olive-
play all this, and we'll
I think
be
that's where
Olive.
Olive came in. Is that
Yeah.
they
How awesome, how amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't even wrap my brain around that one either.
another great young
Prodigy.
a lot of great. But I call them young bands. They might not think of themselves as young, but them 30-somethings. That
He was 31 minutes and
Give them
26
20
seconds
years
late.
and they'll think of themselves as young right now. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
What happened?
He actually posted that, I think, on the comments of the video for last week.
Oh, yeah, he was-
31 minutes and 20-some seconds late.
there you go. So I don't even know.
I don't even know if he was invited. Honestly, I'm not so sure that he was even
To
told.
BushFest?
No, to the interview.
interview.
He just came to the interview and was like, I hope I don't know.
Dude, we just wanted to talk to Jake, bro. Could you skedaddle, bro? No, he did surprise me when he showed up. But anyway,
You were surprised from the start because you thought Olive was playing BushFest.
I did. I was very. I'm easily.
Jacob's
confused.
like,
I'm not
I-
even gonna say that that's all your fault. I don't. After having the conversation, it was like, could have been on me then. It might have been on me.
Although
Like,
Jacob,
I wasn't reading the paper. I was having a conversation. I was
Yeah.
like, I might have just said Olive because he's
no, Jacob right away went, no one told me about it.
Well, I'm telling you about it, Jacob. Now, anyway. Yeah.
So kudos to Owen Weber for showing up and,
yeah.
making sure everything was straight.
yeah.
Straightening out the misinformation that I was putting out there. Anyway, so what time's Owen playing?
Owen is playing at 3:30 at the lake.
3:30 at the lake.
Yes.
Okay, and what do we got
Moving
next?
on, at the bar at 4:20 is Scott Andrews.
Okay. Scott Andrews. That name sounds familiar, but I can't.
Oh, yeah. Scott Andrews is great. Now, he's an amazing guitar player. He plays a lot of acoustic, but he can play with his feet. I mean, you've seen him at BushFest before. This
is why the name's familiar. That I'm trying to picture. I went, Scott Andrews.
I mean, it just is something else to see the guy play.
Okay. Has he played it with a band, or is he just always going? Okay.
I mean, he has been in bands, but he's just, that's what he does now. He's very happy.
Nice.
One time he actually sent me the number of notes, the total number of notes that he was going to play for his set.
Nice.
I ain't kidding. It was awesome. Yeah.
There will be no missing notes. There will be no.
He was a farm. What do you call it? He's like a crop duster. This guy's he used to fly a plane through barns and shit.
That explains everything.
Scott. Yeah.
Whoops.
Again,
You used to fly a plane.
very interesting guy.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. Used to be a crop duster. Now he's a folk singer. I don't know. Quick crop dusting my show over there.
All
right. So,
my goodness.
So Scott
It's supposed to be PG.
Scott Andrews. What time is he playing?
4:20.
4:20 at the bar.
At the bar.
And then and anybody who's saying the bar, the lake, it is a very short stroll.
yeah.
I mean, it's not like, you got to walk a long way. Look, you turn your chair around, you can hear the other band if you're in the right spot.
Yeah. But if you move 150 yards,
then you're up front and center. Yeah. So there you go. So who is it after Scott?
5 o'clock at the lake is Bernard Duvall.
Bernard Duvall. Okay.
Bernard Duvall. So
another one I'm unfamiliar with.
They played last year. All I can say is that they earned my attention early on. So it's like,
was it guys that you knew already, or?
I'm drawing a blank, and I'm very sorry.
no, that's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
So much going on.
I don't even know where we're at right now. So
I do know.
It just
It's right
amazes
there.
me. I can't think of his name, but he was the drummer for Elbow Through Hammer. So he played one of the first Bush Fests, and he's always been there, and he didn't have a band for a while, but. Shame on me. I'll come up with that.
That's all right. Once you said elbow
he's
throw
gonna
hammer,
look it up because he's having a.
But I'm not.
I'm trying to think too.
He's having a senior moment
once
because
you
you
said
guys are over
elbow-
50 now.
Once you said elbow throw hammer, I could picture it now. That's an old Grassley band.
Glenn Schilling.
Glenn Schilling.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Glenn.
Schilling. Amazing.
Sorry,
and
Glenn.
unique drummer, and also he's a great singer too.
Yeah.
He just drums for this band.
And
All
then
right.
we were going to have an open jam at the bar at 5:30.
Okay. You're doing that one a little early, so that for the.
Actually,
we've got a dispute on the field here.
on.
There might be a change in the schedule.
We're gonna have to check the replay on
We'll have
this
to
one.
check the
I think he
replay.
grabbed one of the older
Oh, my
notebook
goodness.
papers that I had. This will be interesting.
We're about to read some wrong bands here, man. This was like from 2 months ago. There's so much changed.
Where are we at? What time?
5:30.
5:30, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it turns out that's the open jam time. Will you double check now?
Touche. Moving on.
That was fun. All right, so
Why is he question? I don't know.
it's just the way it is. So 5 o'clock back to the barn or the bar.
5:30 back to the bar.
The bar for
5:30 open
for
jam.
an open jam.
Yeah.
So lots of musicians are
Lots
on
of
site.
musicians, yeah.
With all the bands that are playing. So that's probably going to be an interesting, fun time. Usually when you just throw some people together, it gets cool.
Fun.
It could be some super fun times. So what happens after the open jam?
Trailer Park Troubadours.
Okay, again, here's another one unfamiliar with. Who we got in this band?
It's
got-
their third time.
It's their third time. We got
Okay.
Kevin Hand,
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Ryan Zinschlag, Rick Pizzini,
Rick Pizzini,
Okay,
saxophone.
I remember him
keyboard
from the
player.
Yard Dogs,
Yeah,
yeah.
So this is
Jim
this is
Fox.
the Yard Dogs, pretty much. Jim Fox, yeah.
Okay, so it's a lot of the Yard Dogs.
I'm trying to think
members.
who else
Gotcha.
is in
Yeah.
there. I'm missing somebody.
Well,
are they going to have a drummer?
They're not. And they're gonna probably not have a drummer.
Yeah.
There'll be some congas up there, so
It might just be.
Someone might
It'll be
just have to
fun.
jump
in.
It's going to be fun.
You know, now I'm going to show up and just play.
It's gonna
drums.
be
I'm
fun.
not even going to ask them.
great, man. That would be great.
Be careful, you
Don't have
might
to ask 'em.
spontaneously
They already
combust.
yeah.
Right.
Nothing left but a globular.
You know how it happens.
All right, and a new one.
All right.
A new one. Jab.
Jab. All right.
Jab. Jarek Burks.
Jared Burks, yeah.
Yes, who actually
Singer for
plays
the Peace Lords.
Peace Lords.
Oh, okay. There
He's
you go.
going to do an original, I'm assuming, set. We'll see what he's going to
Gonna
do.
do some mellow stuff. That's typically what he does. The Peace Lords are
He's
awesome.
just going to
but-
be him.
Milo, right? Is that what we're talking about?
No, Jarek. Jared.
Yeah, Jared. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I was thinking Milo was the singer for the Peace
so.
Lords.
Maybe
guitar
it is
player.
the other. It's the,
Yeah.
yeah.
The bass, yeah. Milo's like the head of the Peace Lords or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Jared. So
That might be the
there's
bass
only
player.
there's only two of them, right?
And a drummer.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. And I might have the wrong name because I also know
thought
about
they both-
hippie gangster.
I thought they both-
Well, he
sang.
just like said, okay, can I have a spot? And I was like, yeah. What do you want to be called? Is it just going to be you? And he's like, no, Jab. And I was like, okay, Jab it'll be.
All right. So, and what time is the Jab playing?
Jab is playing at 6:50 at the bar.
Awesome. All right.
Followed up by at the lake 7:50 is Agents of the Free.
Now those guys, I believe I know. It's the same guys from the Yard Dogs. Jim
Yeah.
Fox,
Yeah, Jim Fox, Kevin Hand.
Kevin Hand.
I don't know
We'll
if
see
Kevin's.
if,
I don't
we'll
know
see if
Kevin's-
Kevin. I mean,
He's gonna be running around. He's playing.
Yeah.
He's playing a lot.
He's gonna be a busy man
Yeah,
that day, and
they
so
all
is so is the bass player of Agents of the Free.
I know.
He's probably gonna be a busy man.
He
that
twice.
is.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
play-
yeah.
yeah. I'm not in.
The
The Trailer Park
Trailer
Troubadours.
Park, yeah.
right. Doug, the Agents of the Free, you've been in that band. I don't know how long you guys been together now.
Well, when I started playing bass, I picked the bass up in 2008.
Yeah, and that was like your original band that you've had since the beginning, still going strong.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere in there we got.
Who
to where
am I
we were
missing?
listening,
Who's
you know.
in there that I'm not thinking of?
Oh, Brian Keith.
And Wade.
Obviously, Brian's a singer, guitar player.
Wade Neal.
Wade
Mr.
playing
Neal.
drums. Yeah, Mr. Neal, the art teacher. Playing drums.
Mr. Neal. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm late, Mr. Neal.
So yeah, it's really. I mean, it's pretty much a 4-piece, and then we add Kevin
When you
if
can.
he wants to do it.
If he wants to
Yeah,
do it, right. So there you go. Agents of the Free taking the stage at what time?
7:50 at the lake.
At the lake. 7:50 at the lake. What's happening after that?
The bar, like a switch.
Like a Switch. All right, tell me about Like a Switch.
Oh man, Like a Switch is coming from Bridgeton, and they
Okay.
played last year, and all original.
All right.
So good. I mean, the performance was good. They were tight. They impressed me a lot. And they don't get a lot of opportunities to play, of course.
Right. Well, when you're an
So-
all original band, there's not as many opportunities to play as when you're playing the hits of the day.
Right.
So I mean, it's just the kind of the way,
Just
it,
the way
goes.
it goes.
But yeah, they're just like, you know, all the original bands around here. You look at their Facebook page, and you know they got a show, and you know they have shows, but
Yeah.
you know it's
Not constant. Yeah.
it's hard to get out and play to a different audience. You just got to you know you're playing
Yeah.
in your little town or whatever. Whereas often it's like, okay, well we have 2 venues that we play in a lot of time, or 3.
Right.
A lot of you know. People get to play in maybe 4 venues around here, unless you want to drive. Well, you know, it's like
Yeah.
okay, but yeah. I mean, you can original music. I mean, what would you think if you were to really try around here? You might find 6 venues, including Edwardsville, and
I mean, there are a
gets to be
handful,
tough.
and we definitely always try to give the original venues and bands shout outs because it is harder to sell your own stuff than to, you know, unless you're writing the hits of the day.
yeah,
Then you got to be playing the hits of the day to play regularly. But
yeah. I'd never heard of them last year, but I checked out what I could
nice.
before I having them, and they were early. And then after I saw them, I'm like, man, these guys are
They got
killing
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
cool. So Like a Switch from Bridgeton, Missouri.
They're at
What
the
time?
bar.
What time are they coming on?
They're playing 8:50 at the bar,
All right.
and then at 9:50, this other little band that we know, Krickett and the Grilled Avocados, is playing.
Now I heard they're playing tomorrow night. At the
Not
VFW.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Saturday night.
Whatever.
Don't be messing me up, man.
I don't
You're
know.
gonna mess up my days.
I don't know what day it is, man. You can't expect me to know what day it is or what's going on. It's just
Friday
crazy
and
stuff.
Saturday, just
Yeah,
the weekend.
it's coming.
To me, if I'm working it right, all the days meld into one.
Yes.
It's just one long day. All right, so Saturday, Krickett and the Grilled Avocados will be at the VFW in Alton. However, the following Saturday, the VFW in Brighton. What time is Krickett and the Grilled Avocados?
9:50.
9:50. So 2008, Doug, you start playing bass. You and your friends form Agents of the Free. You and your buddies say, let's make a band, man. Let's do this thing. Like, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
You
Pretty
end up
much.
meeting the beautiful Krickett, getting married, and then it's time to start another band because Crickett's a singer.
Right. I mean,
I was a karaoke singer.
the
when
first
I
time
met
we
him.
played was just supposed to be fun. I think you sang one song at BushFest, and you got some popular requests. It's like, why don't you do a few more songs next year? So we put together a band to do that.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the heck, Krickett and the Grill Up. It was just like the first thing that came to mind after she said, well, yeah, we got to start with Krickett. And I was like, okay. And then the band
I'm
name
on
was
the.
like-
We're on
band
the
was named
deck.
like 10
We're on the
minutes
deck,
later.
and I'm scrolling through Facebook looking for recipes, and I was like, look, grilled avocados. Don't those look good? And he said, that's it. Krickett and the grilled avocados. That's where it came from. So
And luckily, when they Google searched it, there was only 4 other bands called Krickett and Grilled Avocados.
Not spelt the same way.
In this area. Right. But they were all spelled with a C.
Choo-chees.
Yeah, they were
With a
spelled
K.
with a C, man. They don't know what they're doing. My name's Classy with an I. No. Anyway, so,
followed coming up after us.
What time is
9:50.
9:50. Crickett's on at the lake.
Yep.
All right. After
And
that,
then Peace Lords
got the Peace Lords.
at 10 o'clock at the bar.
Nice.
Yes.
Milo Grizzlack and the Peace Lords.
So fun.
Yeah, and just if you're ready to get weird, get weird.
Yeah.
It's time. The time has come. What time do they go on?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, and then after them,
Our headliner
There you
would be
go.
At the
at
lake.
11 o'clock at the lake, The Hideous Gentleman.
nice.
Yes.
Which means my good buddy Jared is going to be playing on
Friday
and Saturday,
Saturday.
because he's with Spillie Nelson now.
Yes,
too.
I heard that.
So
That's going to
yeah.
be
That's
fab.
going to be heartwarming, actually,
Yeah.
to see that. That's
Fabulous.
going to be like, holy smokes,
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
that's-
And,
and
well-
the little music community we have, stuff like that happens.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty cool.
And I was down at his shop whenever talking to him when it had just happened. He's like, so I'm in Spillie Nelson.
That's awesome.
And Jared's such a nice guy, and owns the Music Exchange right down here on Broadway. In
Who's
addition
having a
to-
great big sale right now?
I need to go by there because I need some cheap stuff.
He's like got big sales going on.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
he had a Leslie in there if you didn't see it.
I did not.
Oh, my gosh. It looked like something you needed to be in a museum when I saw it. I was like, look at this thing.
The first time we saw Hideous Gentleman, it was
Just
just,
a Leslie speaker.
Jared.
Yeah,
it was
he-
just
yeah,
him.
he is the
It was
Hideous
just
Gentleman.
it was just him, and it was at a little bar over in St. Louis. I don't even remember what the name of it was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, he when I first met him, he would play by himself or with a band, and I'm like, so you're the Hideous Gentleman, whether it's just you or he's like, it's Hideous Gentleman, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it don't matter.
So you remember the band Sweet Dirt, right?
Oh, yeah.
So me and her went to a bar. I'm not pretty sure it went out of business in 2020, but we went to a bar to see Hideous Gentleman and Sweet Dirt. And Hideous Gentleman performed by himself, playing the piano and the guitar. It was awesome. I think Sweet Dirt played second, and that was Sweet Dirt's last show.
Wow.
And so he ended up with the drummer from Sweet Dirt, if you
Yeah.
remember, Doug Klein. The
Yep.
guitar from is the same guitar player. So I mean, it's just the same band. It
Yeah.
was pretty much the same. We saw them at Rock the Hops the first time. Like it wasn't that much longer. It was like, oh wow,
there was
this is
another
the-
guitar player with him for a minute.
there was.
Before Rob.
It took a while. That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't Rob, but I remember.
Going back
So
in my
that-
brain, and I can't remember.
We were
It
talking.
took a while for it to all
Yeah.
culminate, but they ended up playing together.
We were talking about meeting at the very first Jeffapalooza 2010. The very first band to play the very first Jeffapalooza was Dave from Hideous Gentleman, Cousin Dave and Friends. It was called. And it was Dave, Doug Klein. It was
yeah.
It was sort of the beginning of that band, but without Jared yet.
Yeah.
They had some other singer.
He was there, and I was there, but we weren't
Didn't
there.
know each other.
Didn't know
Yeah,
each other.
Didn't know each other yet.
Didn't
Yeah.
know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take long.
I know.
So there you go. So
4 years later.
so Hideous Gentleman is taking the stage at
11 o'clock on Saturday
at 11
night.
o'clock down at the lake.
Lake.
And man, that is going to close out one heck of a weekend of music. $25 again.
$30.
$30.
$30.
How many bands we got going that day though?
How many? You just counted them?
See, yeah,
There's 15.
15. There you go.
I think
15.
it might have been 16 because
Yeah,
we're going to do an open jam again. We count the open jam after them.
But let's make the math easy and say 15 bands, $30. That's $2 a band.
$2 a band again.
And that includes the camping. You get to stay the night. There's going to be vendors there, I'm sure. Probably going to be food for
vendors.
sale. There's going to be
The bar is open. The bar
beverages
is
for sale.
open.
Yep.
BushFest T-shirts.
Yep.
There you go.
All the merch, all the
all the
things.
merch, all the
Shirts,
swag,
all the
and all the
things.
good times.
And yeah, and you know what's nice is that they're going to actually set up a bar. There's that upper pavilion is not going to have any music in it. We're going to have vending in there, and we're thinking about putting like I don't know places for like kids to take naps or coloring books or stuff like that or whatever.
Chill out.
Yeah, a little chill zone.
Something
a little
like
chill
that.
zone.
Yeah.
Chill zone because it is nice and chill.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're
So
gonna-
there you go, man. That's BushFest. That is coming up October 18th and 19th at the VFW in Brighton, man.
Where you can get up and jam, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're a karaoke singer, you can have your first opportunity.
Yeah, there's
just
going to
like
be
Krickett did.
quite a few events out there. I got a feeling as they're trying to open things up, and as soon as this this open mic and different things, and they have a lot of space. I told her, man, we're going to start like a yoga club where everybody comes down and does yoga down by the lake and get in
Heck
shape.
yeah.
Something
Hey,
like that.
It's a beautiful little piece of property
It is.
sitting there, and it's
is.
literally, even though it's the VFW of Brighton, it is what I would consider God for. I mean, it's
on
close.
the-
It's really close.
What's really crazy is it's
Right
like
on the
half.
border.
It's in two different counties.
Right. The actual physical address is in Brighton, where the
Right.
building and the mailbox is.
Yeah.
But a portion of the land actually goes over the county or over the
true. Yeah.
into.
So if the
Godfrey
cops show up
Madison
on
County.
one side, can you cross the county line? And
We've had this
Not if it's a state cop.
Oh, and
So
I have to
supposedly
mention
that
one
happened
thing.
at one point. Of course, if it
Lean
can
into the mic
happen,
where
there's
we can
going to be
hear
a
you.
story about it happened. Whether it was
Lean in a little where
Oh,
we-
yeah.
So what happened? Somebody ran.
So there's a story about somebody being back there and running into the cops and going back in the cornfield and getting so far off, and the cops like, oh, if I get back there, I already know, they know where their zone is
Don't be
enough.
telling
Like, I can't get
secrets,
back
man.
there. And send somebody else. And they got away. So
Hey! I allegedly got away. I mean,
Allegedly,
they
yeah,
allegedly.
that's the story
they
anyway, yeah.
Allegedly, yeah. So
lucky it wasn't Sheriff
But
Buford
Gabriana
T.
will be at the
Justice.
gate. Gabriana will be at the gate, of course, greeting everyone. And I think, as Doug posted earlier, it will be her 19th birthday on the 17th.
awesome.
And so it's her birthday weekend. And even though it's her birthday, she absolutely loves it because she likes to boss people around and tell people what to do. I don't know where she gets that from. I have no idea.
well, we were gonna. We got this show booked for the 12th, and then the weekend before we had something. It's like we can't do it on the 12th. It's like can't do it that weekend. Then we looked at we can do it on Gabby's birthday weekend.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Saturday
kind of
is
looked
the
at her
12th.
like she's like, yes, do it on my.
Saturday is the 12th. You guys will be at the Alton VFW. 7 o'clock start there. Right? Magic Johnson's going to be performing on Saturday.
Oh yeah, Magic.
Yeah, Magic Johnson.
Magic John Johnson.
That's right. With the Suburban rocket launchers.
Yeah, man, I feel bad because now that you say that, Robbie Beard. I almost said the name wrong. Robbie Beard had reached out to me about this show a while back, and I totally forget. You know how I am. I forget everything.
That's at the dispensary.
Yeah, that is at the Terrace Dispensary.
Starts at 6 with Magic Johnson.
How awesome!
Nice. And then-
Magician John Johnson, that is.
Yeah.
Don't show up and think you're going to be shooting hoops.
Dude, he's tall enough. He can shoot some hoops, bro. Plus, he's magic. So yeah.
They're going to have Lonesome Blues at the Conservatory on Saturday.
Nice.
That'll be great. Heartbreak Line out at Third Chute in Alton, and BC Homegrown out at Bakers and Hale in Godfrey.
All right.
Dave Mendoza Band down at the Pump House in Wood River. There's a great band. Moondog doing Sparkies down in South
I
Roxanna.
like Moondog. That's a good name.
Yeah.
All right.
He's about the only one that plays down there, at least that they show plays down there. Jay Hollinger up at George's Pub and Grill in Jerseyville on Saturday, and Leadfoot at the Hog Pit from 2 to 6. Jake's Lake, 8 o'clock at the loading dock.
Nice.
And how about Garden Party? They're
That's-
playing 4 to 7 at Grafton Winery.
All right.
Vineyards. Cabin Fever, 2 to 6, and Hooky, 7 to 11. Saturday at Grafton Pub. And Catfish Willie, he's at the Bloody Bucket Saloon. Flip the Frog, our friends who work at Halpin Music Company,
Yep.
7 o'clock at the Oyster Bar in Grafton. Rocker Box, night number 2 at Doyce Village Inn and Pontoon Beach. And check this out. Granite City's Ghostly Glow Parade with the band that brought the most merchandise to our show.
Oh, that's got to be Torchlight Parade.
You are correct.
Oh, man,
they are
those-
playing the parade.
Those guys, they're an interesting group of guys. They're two brothers, if I remember
Yep.
right, and they work at a funeral home.
Yep.
One of them's an embalmer. One of them drives the hearse.
Yep.
They do some crazy shows where they got coffins on stage with them.
See, now he forgets a lot of our guests, but he did not forget
How
this
could you?
guest.
They had an interesting.
amazing.
They were just very interesting in the way that
What's
they
the name?
even
I'm sorry, what was
Torchlight Parade.
Yeah,
And
which
so
is
I've got-
another name for a funeral.
And that's what
Procession.
that's what they would call the back in the days when they'd carry torches along with them. That's the Torchlight Parade is your final trip to the graveyard there.
Maybe one of the most known metal bands in St. Louis. I mean, they're on Fox 2, all kinds of stuff.
But they don't do that many shows a year. They keep the amount of shows they do.
a lot of people die, Pigpen.
I know they're busy. I get it. You know, and what a morbid occupation, because the more people that die, the more money you make. It's like, how things are going? Pretty good. That bus wreck the other day. You know, I mean, I know it's a bit of a morbid thing to think about. Like, whew, yeah, thinking about buying a new car. You know,
More 10th anniversary out at Wiggler's on Saturday, 4 to 8, Whiskey River. 4 to 8.
nice.
Lanny and Julie at Big Daddy's on Saturday.
All right,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
So
That's quite a bit going on.
That's the close stuff. There's another page of stuff outside of here, like Lick Creek
Okay,
playing in Root House.
all right.
Rogers and Neenhouse are playing across the pond at Portage de Sioux, the long shot tiki bar, which
Nice.
isn't going to be open much longer because it's
Season's-
winter.
Yeah, season's
Right.
just about over for them.
And our friends, Flip the Frog from Halpin Music Company. Matt Van Voris is not in Flip the Frog, but Lynn is in Flip the Frog from Halpin Music. They're playing the way down in Maryland Heights.
Did we mention the Bud Summers tribute also Sunday?
Yes, we're getting to that.
Okay, I'm like looking at the clock, going, "Oh man, we're ticking out of time, and I don't want to forget that particular one."
You just wasted a whole minute. I could have been plugging bands, but you wanted to interrupt and talk and all that stuff.
No, go ahead. Not
We got our
though.
buddy.
Not really though. No. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
okay.
But not really. No.
We got our buddy Buzz playing at the Oktoberfest with the Big Shake Daddies. Noon 30. St. Louis Express, noon 30, and Flip the Frog playing that one too on the main stage at St. Mary's Oktoberfest at 5:30. And then the Bud Summers tribute, as you mentioned, with Porch Cafe and a list of other bands. That's down at the amphitheater. I'm going to try to make that one. And Sundays at the VFW Farm, open mic, 3 to 6. No longer doing an open mic out at Doc Holliday's.
Oh, really?
They're not doing that. They're doing a bunch of rehab there, so I think,
I was gonna say, I felt like that one just got started.
yeah.
So maybe.
But the headliner of BushFest is playing Sunday.
Okay.
Spillie Nelson.
Yeah, they are playing at
Bakers and
Bakers
Ale.
Yeah, awesome, man.
So there you go.
That's gonna be a busy weekend for those guys too.
Yeah. There's another page of stuff happening Sunday.
So, man, so our guest today on this particular Thursday, Doug Bush and Cricky Bush, better known as Krickett. Krickett and the Grilled Avocados, and hosting BushFest. How many years you've been doing BushFest now?
This is the 17th. Yeah.
17.
First one was 2008. Yeah.
17 years of BushFest, and congratulations on that. Everybody needs to head out to the VFW in Brighton.
I thought it was 33.
I know.
Yeah, it's 33, man. Yeah, this is the 33rd.
Did you hear
year.
that?
I did hear it last week.
I kind of forgot about that.
It's like little fake. I'll take it. 33 years.
Yeah, BushFest
I started
going.
this when I was like, 21 or.
Oh yeah, BushFest going strong on its 33rd year now, people. Not really. But anyway, yeah. So that is October 18th and 19th, the 17th annual BushFest, 2-day event going on. What would we say? 9 or 10 bands the first day, 15 bands the second day, 25 to get in. Friday night, that includes the camping for the night. 30 for Saturday, that includes the camping for the night also.
And then there's $50 pass if you want to just take care of it on.
There you go. So if you're planning on going for both nights, save yourself a few bucks. Just get the $50 weekend pass. And don't worry about having to find anyone and give them another 30 on Saturday. You just keep on partying till it's nap time, and then nap and then party some more. It's in the BushFest manual, bro. It's the mission statement.
Totally
Party, nap, party more. No, anyway. All right. Well, hey, man, congratulations on keeping it going so long. Best of luck to you guys.
34 years now.
33.
Well, it's 17.
Here, I think it's 35 or 6.
Well, once you do it, then it's going to be 17 and 17. That's 34.
Yeah.
That's a lot of math going on.
Yep. A lot of Illuminati.
I tell you, like I was telling you, we've tried to skip it a couple of years because just it's like, man, didn't we just do this, or whatever? It kind of creeps up on you. But the girls won't let us. They just like they let us know early on. We'll be like between the two of us, like, oh, we're just gonna sit on it until it's too late to do it. And they're like, okay, you guys got to do this. And
that's good motivators though, that because when you do something like that and you enjoy it so much, it is hard sometimes to sit out. But there are years where it's like I'm worn down. It's a lot. A lot of people who've never thrown a party of that size have no idea. But remember, people, every little party takes some sort of planning and money, or there's nothing happening.
Yeah, as soon as you plan a date, you just know that a whole bunch of stuff's going to hit you on that date. You're going to have so many unexpected things that are going to hit your table. You're like, all right,
and once you
I already
lock in,
planned
you
the
lock
date,
in.
so I got to take it.
Once you lock into it, you lock into it. So, all
And
right,
if you want to keep up with all this stuff, we got all the videos and the list of everything that's going on around town at cottonmouth.org, thanks to Matt Van Voors of Macias Insurance. He's the one that sponsors that.
Yeah, Mr. Matt V. and
Matt Van Voors of Macias Insurance. Matt Van Voors of Macias Insurance. Halpin Music Company. Halpin Music Company. Halpin Music Company.
Yeah.
.com.
Get a guitar.
Bushfest.com.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thanks to Doug and Krickett for coming down. Best of luck at BushFest. Thanks to, again, Matt Van Voors and Halpin Music Company. Everybody, please get out and support local music and art.
I like letting him get the last word in.